everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. I haven't uploaded in a few weeks and I've honestly been kind of struggling with what I should post. Today I've decided to do a story time. I've never done one of these because I don't feel like my life is even that interesting. Like, I watch all these crazy people on YouTube have the most wild stories of the craziest stuff that happened to them, and honestly there's not much I can think of that would be interesting enough that people would want to watch. But I think today I'm going to talk about the time I was a CNA. A lot of people who've known me for a while might know this, but there might be some of you that don't. So I'm going to get into how I got into that job, what I liked about it, what I didn't, some funny stories possibly, and why I ultimately decided to stop. So if you'd like to hear my story, just keep watching. Okay, so I first started working in a nursing home. It's like a caregiver, nursing aide, CNA type of position in about, I think, 2014. And in school, I'd always studied nursing and was very interested in it. I took a lot of health classes. I took a lot of clinicals outside of class for assignments in a hospital, and I was very interested in it, and nursing was something I was really wanting to pursue. So being in school for nursing, I decided that this would probably be a lot of good experience. So it would look good, like if I finished nursing and had on my resume that I had been working in a nursing home or assisted living center with elderly. So I started working at this one place. Basically, my job was I would work in the morning shift sometimes in the afternoon. When you work in the morning, you do your rounds, you get assigned to like one half of the hall. Either way, there's about 2 workers and you divide the work in half. So I would have like at most 10 people. I'd be responsible for getting them up in the morning, showering them, changing diapers, taking them to the toilet, anything they need in the morning, and then taking them to breakfast. This would be like 7 in the morning. You'd get there and have an hour to do probably 10 people and get them all ready. And the same time, all of these people in the nursing home or assisted living center, they have call buttons. You're in one room trying to take care of someone, you're like mid-shower, you feel your pager going off, someone's calling you for help. It's pretty stressful. And then what I would encounter a lot working there, people that you work with don't always want to help. And I was someone who was always on top of my work. I really liked my job, and I'm a pushover. So people knew that they could like get me into doing the work for them or not helping me and putting more stuff on me than I really should have been doing, which sucks. But we'd do that. Basically after breakfast would end, take them back to their room, get them settled in their chair, turn the TV on for them, whatever they want to do. Or some of them go out for activities. The ones who are more mentally capable that don't suffer from really severe cases of Alzheimer's and dementia, we would take them out or to the activity center, whatever they wanted to do. Making their bed, making sure their room's tidy, having to do laundry, looking after all the other residents, make sure they're not getting into stuff, they're not arguing with each other, because some of them don't even like each other, they want to fight each other. Then by the time you've done all that, lunchtime is rolled around and it's time to get them back to the bathroom, take them back to lunch, and all that might not seem like a hard thing to do, but it is hard when you have people who are in wheelchairs. You gotta put them back in there, you gotta help them with their walkers, they walk really slow, like they can't help it, but it takes a while to get them all seated and situated for lunch, breakfast, all of that. That was pretty much like the gist of what I would do. I also, like, total I worked about 3 years in this field of work and changed to about 3 different places. But some of the good things that I liked about my job was there were so many people that I took care of that, you know, they just grow on you because they're so sweet. There were times I was seeing them more than my own family, because the last job I had doing this, I was there about a year. I would do 12-hour shifts from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. So I was seeing them more than my own family and friends. So, you know, naturally you get attached to them. I built really good bonds with a lot of those people, and I think about them a lot still, like people I took care of. I'm like, I wonder how they're doing, where they're at now. It's a really rewarding job. Being able to help someone who can't really do for themselves is a really good feeling. And just hearing thank you, or even the ones that can't tell you verbally thank you, just feeling the appreciation is so great, because you go home at the end of the night or day and knowing that you were there for someone, helping them that can't do for themselves. It feels great. With all that being said, it is very strenuous work. It is hard. It is hard mentally, it is hard physically. in every aspect of the word, it is hard. Going off of what I said about making attachments to the people that you would take care of and see every day pretty much, one of the biggest, hardest things about that job, they're old, a lot of them have health issues, and with that kind of job, when you're there for extensive periods of time, people that you take care of do pass away. And that probably is like one of the more dark sides of working there. It really does, it really hurts and sucks whenever someone that you take care of and loved and came to know as a person and developed this relationship with, when they pass away. There were times that I was responsible for going in there and changing their diaper, cleaning everything up, putting on some clean clothes, because you know, when someone passes away, everything in their body lets go, so they use the bathroom, and people who may have been really sick, congested, this is disgusting, sorry, but they spill a lot of mucus and stuff up, and get them ready for people to come take them out. Just the whole act of getting someone ready and prepared for the funeral home to come and pick them up is scary and eerie. It would be people that I had liked and loved, and I'm sitting here seeing them like lifeless on the bed, and I have to go in here and just like kind of suck it up and collect myself and get them ready and get them cleaned up and ready for people to come and take them away. It was really hard. Another thing about the job, working with a lot of women is really not fun, because so many of them are so catty. And me, when I would work jobs like that, I didn't really come to make friends. I didn't talk to a lot of people. Like, I have pretty bad social anxiety and I'm kind of shy. I don't just talk and talk and talk to people. And if you're one of those girls that doesn't socialize a lot, for whatever reason, they immediately kind of like look at you like, she's stuck up, she doesn't want to talk to you, she doesn't want to make friends here, she doesn't really talk to us. But I mean, sometimes you don't have time for that. Like, if you're doing your job correct and you're working hard, you don't have time to sit around and socialize. So it's not what we're here for. We're here to take care of people. I mean, you're busy. There's not much time to socialize because you're so busy. There have been times I wouldn't even sit down and have lunch. Like, I would literally not get a lunch break for the day. Constant on your feet, constant running after people, answering calls when they needed you in their room to help you with something, take them to the bathroom, feed them, change their clothes. It was a lot. I would work a lot in the memory care unit, which is people who have super advanced cases of Alzheimer's and dementia, and they're pretty much mentally not there at all. So they're really hard to communicate with sometimes. They get combative, they want to hit you. Like, I've been scratched before, like broke the skin on my arm for where someone clawed my arm, had things thrown at me, cussed at, anything you can think of. Never know what those people are gonna do next. They're all over the place, they're saying crazy things. And if there's a full moon, y'all who've done this job, you know what I'm talking about. When there's a full moon, then you know you're probably gonna have a rough night, because that's when people especially start acting up and getting into things, and it's a lot to deal with. I don't know what it is. And also, there's this thing called sundowning. About 6, 7 o'clock, when the sun starts going down, their behavior changes. They start getting more aggressive, more combative, more hard to handle. They don't want to cooperate with you. It's such a weird thing how the sun setting or full moon's gonna have that effect on them and their mentality, but it totally does. And if you've worked this job, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, because it's a real thing. And I don't blame them for that. I'm not trying to talk bad about them. It's like, literally, they can't help it. They don't even know what they're doing. They're not in their proper mindset. So they can be really hard to deal with. You have to get in the morning to get them ready for their shower, get them up for the day, take them to breakfast. They don't want to get out of bed. Leave me the hell alone. Don't touch me. I don't want to go to breakfast. I don't need a shower. I've had instances where, I can think of one resident in particular. I loved him. He was so stubborn. He actually, one night in the place I was working, we have codes on the doors to the place. And we'd have to punch a code in or like slide a card to go into the memory care center, and it locks from the inside, so residents can't be trying to escape and get out the doors. Well, one night, whoever I was working with, we were working, taking care of people, putting them to bed. Almost everyone was down. Between the period where we were both in rooms, one of our residents actually escaped. He got out, and we freaked. I was panicking. I was so scared. I was like, oh my god, what are we going to do? He's gone, and there's no telling where he went, because this guy was older, but he could get around. Like, he wasn't right in his mind, but physically wise, he would walk around. He was great shape to say the age that he was. Well, we had to actually call police. We notified our manager. We had to call police, and me and one of the managers got in a car and went going down the road looking for him, and we were terrified because there were literally railroad tracks where we worked. And so we're driving, we're looking for him. I'm literally like, my heart's beating out of my chest. I'm gonna have an anxiety attack. We're going down the road, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, right there. And there he is, walking down the railroad tracks, in the middle of the railroad tracks, holding his Bible, just trucking along. And I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So we pull over, and we get out, and we're trying to talk to him, and he's like, not having it. We're trying to tell him, come with us, you're not supposed to be out here, we gotta go back home, it's time for bed. It was late at night. It was literally probably like 10 o'clock at night. It was dark outside, so you can imagine how bad of a situation this was. So the cops even come up and pull up. We have to call an ambulance. We finally get him calmed down. He'll come with us, and he's cooperating. The ambulance checks him out. He's actually fallen and like scraped himself up a little bit. That was terrifying. I was like, this dude's gone. I'm about to lose my job, probably get sued. I don't even know. I was scared. There were times where I've had residents literally poop and pee in their briefs and throw them on the floor or hide them in their bed, fill their toilet up with briefs and flush it, and the toilet starts overflowing. I also used to work as a med tech, so I was responsible for handing out medications, nebulizer treatments, giving them their shots of insulin if they were someone who had diabetes, inhalers, all that stuff. I would be responsible for doing that, and there would be times they don't want to take their medicine. You go to give it to them on a spoon, because a lot of them can't swallow pills, so you have to crush them up and give them to them. There were times they spit it in your face. They don't want it. They're fighting you. They purse their lips like, you're not giving me that medicine, I don't want it. And mind you, all this stuff I was doing for this job, of all the places I've worked doing this job, this very hard demanding job, the most I think I ever got paid was about $10. I never got paid more than that. And for a while, what I was getting was about $8, $8 to $9 for doing this kind of work. At the time, the wages didn't really matter to me, because I was just like, I want the experience. I'm trying to go to school for nursing. Let's go to my resume. I'm just gonna power through it. And I did actually really enjoy working with those people. Like I said, I wanted to do nursing, so I just have a passion for caring for people and taking care of them. So it was more easy for me to look past the little amount of money that I was getting. But after so long of doing that job, I finally decided, after about 3 years of working in a few different facilities, that I had to stop, because it was mentally and physically straining. Like, just not having help from coworkers there that you needed help from, having to do so much different stuff that was straining on your body. There were times I would work, and this one specific lady I can think of, she literally was close to 200 pounds, and she was wheelchair bound. There were times I had to get her dressed, or she would have messed in her diaper like number 2. I would have to change her, and none of my coworkers wanted to help me. So I would have to take her in her room, lift this lady by myself. Like, I'm not that big, I'm kind of small. I'd have to lift this lady by myself into the bed and change this woman's diaper by myself, and pretty much change her like you would change a baby. Get her in the shower and have to wash her. It was so much stuff. It just ended up not being worth the toll that it was taking on me, on my mind and my body. After a while of like, the emotional aspect was really hard, because like I said, seeing people that you took care of for a while passing away. A lot of the people there that lived in the nursing home, they didn't get visitors, like, ever. You rarely would see someone visit them, and that alone just made me really sad. And that's why when I was working, I would try to go in some of them's rooms sometime and just talk to them, or like listen to them talk, because they really do get lonely, and they'll tell you when you leave, like, thank you for coming in here, spending time with me, I really appreciate it. And it just makes you feel really good, but it's so much of it that's just really hard. aside from like the personal things, if you have issues with, you know, that people that are working with you or the shift before you, when you come in, you can tell they're not taking care of the person, like they've left them in a shitty diaper all night, or their bed is soaked with pee and they just let them lay in it all night. Like, there would be times I would tell my managers this, and this was every place I worked. You tell them something and it's like, oh, okay, they listen to what you say like they care, but nothing really ever gets done about it. And it's really frustrating as someone who does their job right to be doing all that you can to make sure someone's taken care of, and then when you leave worrying about how someone else is taking care of them, if they're gonna actually change their diaper, if they're feeding them like they're supposed to be doing. I witnessed working in nursing homes a lot of stuff that has made me feel, I hope and pray that my parents never have to be in a nursing home. I hope that I never have to be in a nursing home, because some of those people that work there don't take their job seriously. They're there for their paycheck and they want to go home. They don't actually have the heart or care for people that they're taking care of. So, and that's not everybody that works there. I've come across so many good workers that have helped me so much when I needed help, no questions asked, by my side helping me. They have the biggest heart, taking care of their patients, everything's done right. But there are the bad apples at every place I've worked that just don't seem like they need to be doing that job. And like I said, it makes it hard for the people who do, and that's one of the reasons I quit, because at the end of the day, it's not worth straining yourself that bad over for chump change, pretty much. Which sucks to say, because we always need people that work in nursing homes. We always need CNAs. Like, that's always gonna be something that's in demand, because we always have people that are going to be in nursing homes, that are in assisted living centers. I just really feel strongly that the people who do work there need to be treated better, and they need to have better pay, because making $9 or $10 off of a job like that is really not worth it in the end. And that's ultimately one of the big reasons that made me want to move on and find something else to do for work. I genuinely have so much respect for the people who do this job now, and especially being someone who's worked this before, I know it is not an easy job. So I really have respect for the people who are still busting their ass in nursing homes, taking care of everyone and taking time away from their family and their kids to be at work taking care of someone else who can't do for themselves. And I actually would hope that one day I can go back to school and try to pursue nursing again, so that I can be an actual registered nurse. I still love the act of nursing, but nursing homes, assisted living centers, I don't think that's for me. It may be for you. I'm not trying to scare people out of the job, because like I said, you do always need people there, caregivers, to take care of these people. It's always going to be in demand, but for me, it just wasn't. But thinking back, I do have so many good memories of people I took care of. So I guess that's about it for this video. I think I've talked about all that I need to or want to talk about. If being a CNA or working in a nursing home is something that you're thinking about, you have questions, feel free to ask me. I'm pretty sure I could probably answer most of them, because I did this job for quite a while, as I said. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And please leave me some comments down below and let me know what you thought. Any videos you want to see me do next, because I'm really open to doing almost anything, and I really do appreciate feedback on the videos that I get. I love reading nice comments from people, and I'm so thankful for the people who do watch my videos and support me. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!